Hi, my name's Kelly Peterson, and today I'll be presenting my mini case on Donuts to Go. So with no further ado, I'll get started. So Donuts to Go is a company that is a drive-through donut and coffee shop. So their industry is obviously human services, and their employees are filled with a couple different areas. So we have part-time employees who work in the donut area as well as the coffee area. We have a janitor, and we also have managers for the leadership piece. So, Donuts to Go is facing a few challenges at this time. They are experiencing high turnover rates, up to 300%. They've been facing issues with hiring new employees, and a lot of this comes back to only being able to offer minimum wage, no benefits, and only really part-time employment. So, this has also really introduced poor customer relations, which is really hurting their company because this is a type of company where they rely on repeat customers to come back to order more donuts, to come back and get that extra cup of coffee the next day or next week. The employees themselves are also facing a lot of challenges, and some of these are the same. Only part-time employment, minimum wage, no benefits, and then we have the addition of the auto plant nearby, which when operating at full capacity really only makes their day more difficult, and they really just don't have any goals or anything to motivate them to really drive home that good service that Donuts to Go really needs to be offering. So what motivational theory could be applied in this case? And I'd like to talk a little bit about the high performance cycle theory by Locke and Latham, because I think this could really make a positive impact on the organization as a whole. So here's just a snapshot of the high performance cycle by Locke and Latham. But really what it comes down to is it really looks at setting high, meaningful goals that help employees to grow with the addition of some rewards. And each time an employee accomplishes these goals, they're going to reach that job satisfaction, and then it's going to take them to the next step to accomplish that next goal. So I'll get a little more specific here, but the first piece is setting specific, difficult goals. And this has really not been present at Donuts to Go with the high turnover rates, part-time employees, baristas, donut makers. With all of the turnover in the organization, they're really struggling with the constant change, and there's this lack of goals, there's lack of direction. Again, self-efficacy. Donuts to Go does not have this present in their organization because employees can't really enjoy their work. They find it dull and it's unfulfilling, and it leads again to these high turnover rates as their work does not help to increase their self-efficacy. And finally, persistent towards goals. There's too much of a lack of community and vision at Donuts to Go to work towards, and this really, really hurts their ability to be persistent towards working to a goal, especially since the goals seem to be lacking in the organization. So one might ask, how could management create this high performance cycle? And there's a couple of different pieces to this. The high performance cycle itself focuses on tasks that are perceived as meaningful, that facilitate individual growth, and are sources of rewards, both internal and external, that lead to increased job satisfaction. This results in a willingness to stay with the organization, accept future challenges, according to Latham. For management at Donuts to Go, to create a high-performance cycle, they will need to begin by working with their employees to create challenging and meaningful goals that will increase the self-efficacy of their employees. These goals need to be set as a cohesive unit so that there is buy-in from the employees themselves. This is a really huge piece for them to be able to move forward in a positive way and really get that motivational piece going. Furthermore, how do you create self-efficacy, and how do you encourage persistence towards these goals? And again, the answer is kind of the same. Management can create high self-efficacy through the setting of high, meaningful, and growth-facilitating goals for their employees. They just need to know what those goals need to be. When employees attain these goals, they experience that growth, and they're able to take on that next challenge as it has built up their self-efficacy. To encourage persistence at first, it will be important to focus on contingent and non-contingent rewards. These rewards will be helpful at the beginning, but slowly as they begin to accomplish these goals one at a time, that persistence will grow on its own, and it will ensure the persistence in reaching the goals in the long term, and really increase job satisfaction and initiate this high performance cycle at Donuts to Go. And with that, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.